I wonder if I could turn the notifications down. Oh, Lord. Did it disconnect you, Michi? Did it disconnect you or something? Because it just told me I wasn't connected to the live, but I am. Hey, girlfriend. I'm glad you're here, Artsy.
My ankle. Hurt my ankle.
So I mixed together some... Girl, you should have seen me trying to figure out how to get this sapsucker right. Me and electronics. I don't know what. I'm like, oh, Lord, how did I get in there? So, why is it black and white? And how in the world can you see it in color, Earthy? It's black and white on my end. Is it in color on your end? Okay, cool. So I mixed together. So I always see these gorgeous pink translucent like Frenchies, and I'm like, So I grabbed some Dragon Drink Pink Dynamic. No supply. Let me see what this. They're pink glass, but I wanted just a little more glassy than that. So it's this Dragon Drink Pink 101. They're Bad Enough, which is like Bad and Bougie, kind of. Sort of. Really super close. And this Barbie Pink 115, and mixed it with some Young Nails Clear. And got this. I don't know, it's showing me black and white. But I ain't even gonna question it. As long as you can see it in color, we alright. I got this translucency. And then I took that same mixture and put, let's see, Reindeer Tear from what just came in my mystery box from Young Nails. Moonbeam by McCart. And a little bit of this white iridescent glitter. And put it in there. And where'd that thing go? That's what I came up with. So I am totally being experimental here. My dog's whining at the cats. Mercy heavens. Forgot my son started homeschool today, so that's why I was late. I got these 90s curved nails. They are not about to stay this long. Thank you, girl. Thank you. It might just be me and you, but hey. Gotta start somewhere, right? So I'm going to etch the inside of these doodads. I am not leaving them super claws. Lord, I wouldn't be able to do nothing. Because they got a real thick 90s curve. So I'm just going to etch them a little bit. I put Gel X Plus because I like to put full well tips on. You do them like a Gel X style. And then encapsulate them in clear acrylic. Woo, woo, woo. But I also made this acrylic to go with, so we shall see. I'm going to use this acrylic, I know for sure, but I'm going to adhere them with the new pink shimmer keratin, I think. I don't know. Because I also got this McCart gel glue in a tube. Cheese and crackers. That works really nice. And I don't want to keep us on here all day. You haven't done one yet? Yeah. Every time I think about it, I get nerved out because, it's like, what if nobody comes and I'm just sitting here talking to myself? But I prayed on it. I'm like, Lord, I'm going to need you to help me with this here. And I know he will. And it is what it is. If you never try, my dad used to say, can't never could do nothing. So if I don't jack my cuticle area all to high heavens over here. And pinky dinky do. Because when I fell off and I wasn't posting for a while, whole bunch of, I would come. You're here mine, I would come to yours. You know how we get down. I'm home on Mondays, Wednesdays after 11, and Fridays. Thursdays, I'm home about 1 o'clock as well. Tuesdays I clean house for one of my friends. And Thursdays I have a meeting. I help women get into addiction treatment. Get the dust out of here. And I have a meeting every Thursday at 10 o'clock to 12. I always say I'm not a sedity pastor. I'm a women's pastor. I did go to Bible college, but I'm the same me when I'm doing that as I am any other time. Because I always say if I had somebody teaching me Bible and they was one way at church and then a completely different person when I saw them on the streets and they're cussing and fussing and, just being their normal selves, I wouldn't trust them. So I don't change how I talk. If I cuss, I cuss. Hey, I am who I am, whether I'm teaching a word, helping somebody, or whatever. Yeah, I don't even know what kind of, well, mine's a ministry, so, I'm not getting paid to do it, but my heart goes out to these people. I've been there. I had to get myself off of tramadol, which back in 2013 they said was non-narcotic, non-habit forming, and then here my lightweight self killed me. I went to the hospital. I thought I was dying. I didn't know what the world was going on. That doctor said, "Do you use heroin?" I'm like, "No. Why in the world would you ask me that?" And he said, "Did you recently stop taking medication?" I'm like, "Yes." He asked me what it was, and I told him tramadol. And he's like, "How long ago?" I said, "About 2 days ago." And he was like, "You're in withdrawal." I'm like, "How in the world did I get in withdrawal when my doctor told me it was non-narcotic, non-habit for me?" But I reckon, leave it to me. If something can go wrong, honey, it will. I've just learned to, hey, it is what it is. Okay, so I got the Macart glue gel, which I like. Which I really don't want to waste this because what's the point if you can't see it under everything else? But it will give it a pinkier background. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be. That's what my doctor said. Non-habit forming. Because I had my son February 7th of 2013. I'm like, let me go get a once over because I ain't been to a regular doctor, just an OBGYN, in a very long time. And he does the x-rays and all that jazz, and he was like, "You are covered in arthritis." So let me take a sip. I am a monster, salted caramel, addicted, totally, 100%. It's so good. I swear it's my new blood type. And he's like, "You're covered in arthritis. What do you do for the pain?" I'm like, "Well, I suffer. It's been there for years. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to waste that. We're going to use this Macart stuff." I'm like, "It's been that way for a very long time. I just deal with it." I'm going to use my little one hitter quitter here as I put these on. Maybe I should start with the pinky. And he's like, "Oh," I said, "No." He's like, "We could give you something for pain." I'm like, "No, no Vicodin, no Percocets. I already know what that's going to turn into. No." And I think I'll put it on my finger now. So he comes in there and he says, "Well, tramadol would be great for you. It's non-narcotic, non-habit forming." This thing is all crooked. And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I start taking it and I'm like, "Oh man, this is like a new lease on life." Because at the time I had 3 jobs. My back and my sciatic were killing me. And I'm like, I'm thinking this is a new lease on life. I can work these jobs. I'm not high. I'm not in pain. Great. Yeah. Well, a few years later, I'm like thinking to myself, I took 250 milligrams twice a day. I'm like, I probably should stop taking these little pills. Let me get over here where you can see me. I probably should stop taking these little pills. I'm probably killing my liver because I worked in nursing for most of my life. And until I got so bad in my back I couldn't. I'm probably killing my liver. And on day 2, I gotta twist this thing around because it's just not going in the right direction. Woo, 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 woo. And by day 2, I thought that I was going to jump out my own skin. And of course, I didn't know nothing about no withdrawal. I did not know what. Uh-oh, now it's going to die. I did not know what in the world was wrong with me. Fiddle fudge. Hmm. Okay, I got a cure for that. I had charged that thing, or so I thought. So we'll get out this one. Let me hook it to the charger, to the cord. I told you, something can go wrong, honey. With me, it will. I know I charged that sapsucker. We're going to have to move some stuffings around. And, in 2013, they believed it to be non-narcotic, non-habit forming. It was not scheduled yet. Until people like me started complaining. My poor old man, he was trying to help me because I felt like restless leg syndrome, but from my neck to my feet. I felt like I was going to bust out of my skin. And I go into the ER, and they put that thing on you to draw blood. And I'm like, get it off me. She was like, you have to leave it. I'm like, get it off of me. And she kept trying to dispute. So I reached over and jerked the thing off. I said, honey, if you're going to get blood, you're going to have to get it without that. Because that was just like sheer torture. Ooh, look at them bad boys. Could you imagine leaving them on full length? Aha. My dad got restless legs too, and poor feller, he'd be up all night, hopping all over the place. Well, imagine that from your neck to your feet. Whew, it was terrible. I kept getting in the shower, out the shower, in the shower, out the shower. And of course, then I did not know that taking Unisom or Benadryl would exaggerate the problem. I like this stuff. It makes it real easy to get it right where you want it. I had scraped my BT Art box one dry and had to break down and get something. I also got a jar of the Moravan, however you say it. Let me get it here. The clear nonstick gel. Because I've learned that with this, even with my pop-off methadone, which I did put on before we started this, it will keep it on for a couple of days. Because I like to wear them for a few days. So finally, after taking Unisom and Benadryl, thinking I'm going to knock myself out, found out later on down the line that exaggerates withdrawal. Why, I don't know, but it does. I gave up and went to the ER. And I was all offended when that doctor asked me that. Like, why in the world would you ask me that? I am not an addict. I'm not a fiend. I don't do drugs. Yada, yada, yada. And then he was like, oh, because I was on gabapentin, Xanax, Tramadol at the time. I had a stalker once upon a time for 6 years, and he was hell-bent on killing me. Oops. I really like this little doodaddy. It really helps get it right where you want it. It helps to not get so much that's all squishing out everywhere. I did get a little spillage, but not a lot. Hey, girl. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. Hey, I'm all right with this. Thanks for coming, Robin girl. Thanks for coming. I was just telling Artsy that leave it to my lightweight tail to get addicted to Tramadol. My doctor had me on it from 2013 to 2017. When I had 2 strokes is when I got off of it. And they said that a vessel collapsed under stress. Did have 3 jobs at the time. I was hell-bent on not raising my children in projects. Because I lived there for quite a while. And, okay, now I've got to take this apart. I'm putting these on Joe X style, Robin. And, I mixed together some acrylics. I'll go back over that in a minute. I told Artsy what I did because I desperately wanted this. Then I decided to make it a glitter one as well. But now, after going through all that and putting myself in addiction treatment after the strokes, because Tramadol and gabapentin, and plugging my charger back up, they both monkey with your head. So I totally believe that that's what did it. But they said it was a vessel collapsed under stress due to me working all the time. I had a full-time, I called my part-time. I worked 36 and got paid for 40. So I called it part-time. I had a full-time, a part-time, and a 1 day a week on my day off, I would go, let's see, I don't want to make these super crazy long. I don't want to be short neither. Let's start right there. Woo. Could you imagine trying to function with these wowzers? And yeah, I didn't have no stroke symptoms or nothing. I was driving home from work on I-90 that day, and started feeling pretty sick. Well, by the end of the day, I dropped my tip cutters. My daughter had just bought a house. We was standing out in front of her house pulling weeds in front of the porch. I just got these, and I've been loving them, how they look. I love the 90s. Like, the 90s is making a comeback, y'all. I love the 90s style. So I started getting dizzy and falling down. Went to bed. Wasn't nothing hurting, you know. Hard-headed hillbilly I am. Just thought it would go away. Next day I woke up okay. Well, fiddlesticks. By the end of the day, guess I was going the wrong direction. It happened again. So again, dang it, I got that one too short. I'm going to shorten the rest of them. Alright. By the end of the day, or the next morning rather, Sunday morning, I wake my old man up and I'm like, you're going to take me to the ER. It feels like somebody shot me in the head. Okay. And they said, well, you had a stroke on Friday and you're still in the middle of a stroke that happened yesterday. 1 second. What's up?
So, right, they said to do like a unit per class.
Uh-huh.
And like, so I can show you that. I did some of this stuff.
Okay.
So this is the unit 1, and I'm about to go do the other class.
Okay, well, get your work done. I'm in a live. My son started homeschool today. Some of you guys know. Well, I don't know if you two know. Juicy, you might have been there. He got into his first fight, almost 17 years old. Yes, girl, 9 days. And this kid that he got into a fight, my kid he's the kid that's chasing the little kids out of the street when they're playing basketball and a car's coming. He's getting on the older kids for cussing around the little kids type kid. You know, he doesn't like trouble. But this dude just kept on trying to fight him in school. They link up at the funeral home down the street from the high school. And thank God for the polite videos. But he was in the DH for almost 3 weeks before I was able to get him out. And the other boy's mama pressed charges. So right now he is on an ankle monitor, and I refuse to send him back to that dead bird school. No, 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 and no. I'm going to go ahead and pop these in this big lamp for a few minutes. Okay, so what I did, oh Lord, I put them all back, cheese and crackers. I took some Dynamic Dragon Drink 181. It's a Dragon Drink like pinky color. And they're bad enough, which is like bad and bougie. Yeah, right. I'm not. Barbie Pink from Dynamic. And I mixed those 3 with a little bit of Young Nails Clear. Because I wanted that bright pink translucency color. And then I took a little bit of it and mixed a little reindeer tears from my Young Nails mystery box. Some McCart Moonbeam. And a little bit of this white iridescent in there to make the glitter one. I swear, man, the kid would make it through all summer and never get in trouble. And last year, he opened the door, let somebody in the building, which, no, they're not supposed to do, but he did. And a big, giant fight broke out. Another kid had got shot in the head that morning in a drive-by. I went through his house and shot him in the head. And all the kids were upset. I'm just going to buff this up a little bit and then go around my edges to get any of the spillage that came out. And he was expelled for a month last year. Again, this year. All summer. No trouble. He'll be 17 in May, and this is his first fight. And within 2 or 3 weeks of school, kablooey. I'm like, no, you're not going back to that joint, man. You're going to have to homeschool this year, and next year I'm going to enroll him at Midview, which is another Lorain County school, but not Elyria. So he can go to prom and everything, because next year will be his senior year. So, yeah, I was telling Artsy that I like to start with a full well tip. And a lot of times I'll do it like Gel X with my polish and then just encapsulate and clear. But today I wanted to use acrylic, so here we are. I got some polishes out and I was like, And I'm like, no. As I was looking for inspo on what I wanted to do, I seen these nails with that translucency, gorgeous pink color, and here we are with that. I'll get the spillage in a minute. I just want to buff up the surface a little bit. Alright, now this little drill I got in my Young Nails mystery box. I don't know if any of y'all got their mystery boxes, but I tell you what. For $210 to get this product, the only part I don't like is that it doesn't have an LED screen. But you press it on, hold down for a few seconds. It's laying on the cranny. It's very, very quiet. Ooh, I'm shaking the thing. Robin, are you going to go live? I've seen some of your sets, girl. You do some good work. You click it once, put it in reverse, click it once again to go back the other way. The lights are blue all the way around. You got a full charge. As your charge goes down, you get less lights. That's up full blast. There's very little vibration, and it's pretty quiet. So, let me turn him off. I change up my bit. I have these rounded bits that I absolutely love to use around the cuticle. It's a safety bit. Well, I grabbed a couple of them. Unfortunately, I do not have a, what are them things called? Them little dust catcher pink thingies. Caps, safety caps on this bit. I'm going to lay this back over here. But I love this little drill. I love my Melody Susie too. I forget what I have. What, Celine, I think, the black one. And I like to go around the edge and get any spillage. Because if I'm in a hurry, I will slap on some Gillette nails in a minute. And my daughter loves doing her nails. She's 29. Now, Archie, you be doing some cool stuff too. You do stuff that I never thought about doing, and I'm like, And your personality just cracks me up. I love it. Paige had me rolling Friday night. I told her she's going to pee the chair. She was hollering. I forget what tickled her, but something tickled her, and she was cracking up. I love these little nail communities and the little friendships that we acquire, and I'm so busy at home and with the family, I don't really hang around folks like that. So to be able to hang out with some other females, my only daughter is 29. She's got her own home and children and a job and all that. And then I got 4 sons. So in the house, I'm with all guys. Me and the dog are the only 2 bees, I say. I don't know, y'all, if I'm allowed to cuss on here or not. I don't want to get myself booted off before I even get on. I mean, I guess when you put "Not Made for Kids," that kind of covers that part, right? You know what? When I tried to go live the other day, I was mad as a hornet. First of all, I didn't never think about that. Look at that there. When I film my videos, the stand that I use is upside down, and then when I edit it, I flip it. So I'm like, oh man! And I didn't have my other stand, my old stand, the one I'm using now, out. Well, why can't I get that off of there? Where's the buffer? I don't want to foul my skin. I already nipped myself this morning. Yes, girl. House full of boys. My 21-year-old, he's back around a lot. He finally got out of that cluster F he was living in. My 23-year-old, he has an apartment next door, so Dad and the big boys are there biggest part of the time. And me, me and the 2 little ones, the 16 and the 10-year-old, I don't know what possessed me to start over, y'all, when me and him got together, but I'm still flipping kids. at 47 years old. But it is what it is. But my daughter, she's been doing Gel X. I taught her how to do that a while ago. And get these sides cleaned up a little bit. Alright, I think I got it. I don't like how... Yeah, I definitely got that cuticle this morning pretty good. I was trying to take a pop off from yesterday off. And I've got gel cured to my skin. Promise you I washed my hands. I'm a mess. So I bought her Morvan. I don't know if that's how you say it. Mrovan. This brand. And trying to let her get acquainted with polygel. That's it. That's the word I'm trying to come up with. Let me look up here. Oh, girl, I'll be praying for you. My husband's sister, we lost her when she was 45. But she knew she had to quit drinking, and she didn't. She did slack up. But we lost her due to a bunch of stuff, but it ended up with sepsis a few years ago. She was 45. I've lost a few family members that way. My mom has kidney disease. She just got out of the hospital a week or so ago. I'm going to go over these with some swipe before I start the acrylic process. She congestive heart failure. She's 72, and she had one of her carotid arteries cleared out. It was 90% of the way blocked. I got acrylic in my brush. Dead rabbit. I'll leave it sit there for a minute. And she went home. She couldn't sleep. She couldn't breathe to try to lay down to sleep. Well, hard-headed hillbilly she is, like mother, like daughter. She waited days to go to the hospital. What am I looking for? A wipe. No, a brush. And when she finally went, she was so full of fluid, they shipped her over to Charleston. They live in West Virginia. CMAC, their big hospital in Charleston down there. And when I got a hold of her on the phone, I said, Mom, why in the world did you wait so long? She's like, well, waiting for it to get better. So, girls, we got to not be like our parents. Us who aren't spring chickens, our parents did not believe in going to the hospital every time you sneezed. So when we get sick, we tend to not go when we need to. I almost killed myself last year doing that. I caught a cold around Christmas. Matter of fact, it was like 2 days before Christmas because I did my daughter's nails. I'm going to start with this pinky. Aggravating pinky. They're awkward to do. And I waited till New Year's Eve, thinking, it's just a cold. I'm just going to wait for it to get better. Well, instead of getting better, it got worse. And by the time I finally went to the hospital on New Year's Eve, I had a clot in my lung and pneumonia in all 4 lobes. It was a mess. I tried to get upstairs to the restroom, and I came back down, and I told him, I said, you're going to take me to the hospital because I don't think I'm going to make it through the night if I don't go. By the time I get up the stairs, I don't have the strength to even sit down and use the bathroom because I can't breathe. We've really got to be more proactive on our health, girls. We're so busy taking care of everybody else, whether it's our kids, our spouses, our significant others, our parents, whoever. We put ourselves on the back burner all the time. Like I've done that quite a few times just in the ministry work, running around helping other folks and just letting myself go. Ooh, I like that color. I'm not going to be really... Yeah, I guess I will. Because I don't want it to be see-through at the bottom. I'm going to put the glitter on. I don't know. know. I might just use the glitter on. I haven't decided yet. I know that's right. Because he ain't trying to lose his mama. He's like, let's roll. About to sit here and die on me, girl. I know that's right. See, if my son would have been living with me at the time, he'd have been the same way. Because he is the biggest mama boy ever was. But he wasn't living with him, so they didn't know. I did get yelled at after they found out. Because on Christmas was the last time I'd seen him, and it wasn't that bad. I had just, little not feeling well, and I had some breathing treatments. I just didn't have a nebulizer, and one of my friends, brought me a nebulizer, and after a couple days, the emergency inhalers and the nebulizer wasn't working no more. My Dougie's whining. Oh, let me holler for Michi. Michi! It is time for the doggy to get a turn. I got 2 cats and a dog. And my pit bull's only been in the family about a month. Well, the cats don't like her. Make sure the cats is upstairs and let Nyla out.
Okay. You guys just let me know.
Well, make sure the cats is upstairs and let the dog out, dude.
I know Mosey is. I was just... Okay.
So I got one of them baby gates that looks like it's mesh, and there's like 3 hooks on each side. And the cats stay upstairs. I truly think Nyla just wants to play with him because she's only 1 year old, but she's a big, rough 1-year-old pit bull. Oh, he was on the road. I have 2 cats. It's funny how they got their names. I have BC and Moses. So we started off with one called Midnight. You know what? I better think about what I'm doing before I just go and jump off the side of the boat. I think I'm going to do one all glitter and make that a bling nail and do the rest of the translucent pink with white French. Yes.
I'm going to message you, Mom.
Because I also want to do some snowflakes. So let me put a little more of this on here. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, we had Midnight. And then I'm like, oh, he needs a friend. So when we got BC, Donovan kept calling him Baby Cat. So his name just became freaking Baby Cat. Well, as he got bigger, he wasn't no Baby Cat no more. It became BC for short. Because I'm like, guys, we can't keep calling this big cat Baby Cat. He ain't a baby. So BC. And then Midnight got out one day. One of my older boys and him and his bright ideas thought the cat was just going to sit there and chill with him on the porch. And the cat ran off. The cat lives down the street now. He was trying to get him some tail. Like, he got to the point where he would just yowl at the door. Sound like a Siamese cat wanting to get out to get some tail. And, so then I'm like, well, now BC ain't got nobody. Because Midnight wasn't coming back. Lay down, Nana. And, so my friend was supposed to have been another boy cat. And on the way home, now Moses is my favorite character in the Bible. And the kids are throwing all these basketball player names, and I'm like, no, guys. I'm not naming the cat after a basketball player. Now, I'm sitting there thinking Moses, and my one son says, well, how about Moses? I'm like, well, now, if that ain't from the Lord, I don't know what is. So I'm like, okay, Moses, it is. Well, one day I'm sitting there looking at him as he got bigger. You know, you can't tell with kittens when they're tiny. And I'm like, you got awfully big, pretty eyes, a fluffy tail to be a boy. One of the parents was a tuxedo cat, so she's got a real fluffy tail. Well, as she turned around to saunter away, I said, that's why. Because you're not a, Ellie and Pepper, you're not a boy. So I'm like, dang it, now we got Moses. Arthur, why do they call you Moses? Let me think. I could think of a few reasons, but I ain't going to throw none of them out there. You're going to have to tell me. So, Moshe is how you say Moses in Hebrew. So, she became Moshe. Mosey for short. We have BC, before Christ, or baby cat, and Moshe, Moses. Why in the world they call you Moses? Now, my mind's going to be running all over the place trying to figure that out. Okay, I have a little jar of monomer over here on the side for the glitter because I don't want to get a whole bunch of glitter and everywhere else. Now, you better stay your tail out that garbage and put you back in that cage, you sapsucker. Yo, it is off the chain around here. I could not do a live if my family was home. Lord, the other night, I'm trying to record a video, and I hate doing voiceovers with a blazing passion. And here's my old man playing with the dog, loud as dog get out, after I didn't told him what I was doing. I was like, you know what, Uncle, I give up. I'm like, one of these days, I'm going to be going live, and y'all going to see the realness of the craziness around this joint, because we're a little hood. I've lived on the south side since I was 17, which the south side is the hood. The old doggone south side is the hood. And my old man's family's from Lorraine, and his uncle owns a bar. So we're a little hood. We're a little Christian and we're a little hood. So it's a little crazy. That's funny. Because you're slow as hell. See, I do nails slow as molasses in January. But I'm always go, 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 go. Come on, come on, come on. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Like my kids, when they're in slow-mo, they drive me crazy. But I've always had so much to do. I don't have blood family here. My foster mom has been in my life since before my real family left. My left hand has involuntary movements, guys, from my stroke. So if you see these fingers hopping around, you're going to know why. Which makes it extra hard for me to do nails, but I manage. And we ain't got no blood family here. And I've always just had to do, if Mama didn't do it, it wasn't going to get done. Wasn't nobody to call to, lend you a buck or two or help out and do this or that or the other. Thank God Mama Sylvie had, she was daycare certified. So she had all my kids from the time that my now 21-year-old was 2 on down to the little one. And once I became disabled and didn't work anymore, then, yep, I'm in Ohio. Then she didn't have to keep them anymore, but thank God for that. She'd call me at work or, whatever, if one of the kids needed it. I'm like, asked me if she could give them Tylenol. I said, Ma, they're safer with you than they are with me, for goodness sakes. Just whatever you need to do, you ain't got to call me and get no doggone permission. Just do it. Shoot, she was in my life most of my life. That was my saving grace. Lord in heaven, if it wouldn't have been for her, I don't know what I did. Because I sure had trouble keeping babysitters before that. My one son's grandma, she wanted to charge me $100 every 2 weeks to watch the kids, knowing that I had the bills to pay and it's the grandbabies. I mean, I could see me paying her, but cheese and crackers, lady. Then she'd call off because she wanted to go to bingo or go on a gambling spree or something. And wait till the last minute. I'm like, you know what? I'm on a point system. I can't just jump up and keep calling off because you want to go play bingo. I'm like, you still want that $100 every 2 weeks, but you make me miss a day of work. I was making $100 a day back then. And that's pretty good money back then. You're in Ohio, aren't you? Where at? North, south, east, west? What county? I've lived in a few places in Ohio. I've been in Lorain County since I was 11, 12 years old. I lived in southern Ohio for a big chunk of change from, 2nd grade to 7th grade. Then we moved up here. Daddy was a coal miner, and then when the layoff was permanent and wasn't no going back to the mines, we moved up here, and Mommy was a nurse. Daddy came up here to go to truck driving school. All right, I'm liking that glitter. I should have thrown some snowflakes in there. Easter Columbus. So you're only about 2 hours away from me. Probably. 2 or 3, give or take. Well, cool. I don't meet a lot of folks on here from Ohio. Robin, where are you at, girl? New Jersey. Okay. You answered it before I looked up. I hadn't looked up. Y'all gotta bear with me. I'm not a good multitasker since I had them strokes. So if I miss a question or something, just ask it again. I'll keep trying to look up. I know I need to find something to block this vent from beside my desk because it makes my acrylic want to dry quickly, quickly, quickly. And blasted, I still got glitter in that son of a biscuit. Who else, I guess? She just gonna have some glitter in her. I think it was in my brush. Oh, I'm so glad that I didn't chicken out and I came on here today and chop it up with you guys. We lived in Gallipolis, which is by Rio Grande, Jackson County. Down that way, like right across the river from Point Pleasant, West Virginia. We lived down there for quite a while. Yeah, girl, I was paranoid. I'm like, man, because, well, it was a whole cluster catastrophe. When I tried to do it the first time, and I was like, why can't nobody chat? Why ain't I seeing nothing? I know if you put on there, because I'm like, it says, it's not private, and, well, first it was private, and why it was marked in private, I still have not a clue. So I took that off. Well, then I'm like, well, that still wasn't the problem, though. And then I seen Archie's comment this morning. And you put it for kids, I guess that's to keep people from saying stuff or, asking kids for information, which is a good idea, but I did not know that. I don't know how old y'all are, but I'm 47, and I'm not super electronically inclined. Yeah, I did not know that, and it was just a hot mess. It was a hot-ass mess. Hope I don't get it booted off of here for cussing. I don't see why I would. I know other folks do. Yeah, I am slow as molasses in January doing acrylics. But I'm pretty good though at getting them smooth to where I'm not filing my life away for 100 years. Come on now, get up in there. I don't want to make them too thick. I just want to have that good color. Because I will be doing some encapsulating. Y'all, I ordered these stickers. And on the thing, I got them from Amazon. It was like $5 and it said 12 cards. So I'm like, okay, them 12 little squares. I got that thing in the mail. It was 4 cards of 12 squares. And I'm like, holy smokes, I'm going to have Christmas stickers for the rest of my life. There's a gang of them. I got some really cute little charms, which I might use some today. See, I got so many ideas bouncing around in my head. I don't know which one to do first. I think it's a little thin on this side. I'm going to put just a touch. Yeah, slow as Moses, girl. You got that right. February 17th. I'm February 5th, 76. Archie, are you a youngin' or are you around our age, babes? I was talking about that to some ladies the other day, and I said, you know what? You could not pay me to go back to my 20s. Shoot, for that matter, you couldn't pay me to go back to my 30s. Leave me right where I'm at. Yeah, right along with the rest of us, huh? Well, that's what's up. See, that's why we get along, because we're similar in age and likes and things. All 3 of us are around the same areas. All right, I think I got her. So, now I don't know. Well, I guess I could do a little snowflake or two. I want to do a girly reindeer. And I like the plaid. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I guess I just wing it, and when I get there, it is what it is. So, well, honey, you don't look it. I thought you was about 40, about my age, 48-ish, 9-ish. Good for you. Shoot. Hope I look that good when I get to almost 60. I don't see it happening, but I can hope. I'll be 48 February the 5th, and my baby's birthday is February 7th. He'll be 11. Cause I think a girly reindeer would just be so cute. With her eyes closed and some little pink cheeks and maybe some silver glitter antlers. But I also want the French tip, but I also want the plaid. I don't know what I'm doing. Nyla, get out that garbage can. I'll put you back in that cage. You be hard-headed if you want to, Huffam. Last night, I'm standing in the kitchen, y'all, making a sandwich. And my husband don't eat pork, so I had the chicken out. And I'm trying to pull the two little pieces of chicken together. This sapsucker jumped up and bit my hand. Yep, with some eyelashes, I think so too. Trying to steal my chicken. I said, that's it. Your ass going in the cage. It wasn't hard, but it was enough to startle me, and it ticked me off. Like, I wasn't trying to. Sean said, oh, she thought she was giving it to her. I said, no, she didn't. I wasn't looking at her. I wasn't nowhere near her. I was making a sandwich. And she jumped her hind end up and tried to steal my lunch meat. You hear me talking about you. Go on, wander back in there. See, she only wants to lay by my desk when the heat's running, because I have a vent right next to my chair. And she wants to lay up under me when the heat's on. When the heat goes off, she wanders off. I think I accomplished my mission in making this acrylic that I wanted to make. I keep seeing it, and I don't. At one time, I thought it was speed bubblegum, or like bubblegum. It was like a bubblegum flavor that this girl had used. So I ordered speed bubblegum from Young Nails, and that wasn't right. It wasn't that color. Although I like the speed bubblegum because it cures pretty quickly. So I think I'm going to order me some more speed colors. I'm like, how in the world did I seen a girl on Instagram? I can't think of her name. There's a bubble pop. And she, what was it called? Something pink. It's on Amazon. It's only like $9. But be my luck, I get it and can't work with it or something, you know? Drag some of that back up there. Drag, drag, drag. I wish I could remember the name of that because it had a weird spelling. My baby was getting ready for school, and I'm trying to keep the spelling in my head so I could go Google it and find it. And now I can't remember what it was. I'll have to try to look here in a minute on my tablet. I'm out of the thing. Oh, thank you. Yep, I made my own the other day too. I wanted well, the one for that Christmas set I posted a short of last night. I used the coral pink sparkle pink, something like that, from Young Nails, and added something else to it because I wanted it to have a little more color than what it had. But then I was like, well, shoot, I'm pretty sure because that glass one's from Dynamic Nail Supply. Oh, I got that one too thick. Thick. It was very, very close to what I was looking for. So I'm like, well, I'm sure if I add a little of this and a little of that, and then I thought about the Dragon Drink from Dynamic being translucent as well, and then that hot pink, well, then it was a little too opaque. Wasn't quite translucent as I wanted it to be. Let me see if I can find the other one I made. I don't know where the other one is. I had made one earlier. Lord knows where it went to. And it was just wasn't it was a little, just wasn't sure enough. Almost, but not quite. Okay. I wonder, should I do? Nah, I'm just gonna roll with this. Because I'm just gonna do the glitter on that now. You know, I don't do dip at all. And somebody gave me this little Kiara Sky dip tray thingy. I put it to use. That's what I've been mixing the acrylic in. I got a size 20 Kiara Sky brush, and I still gravitate back to this size 12 Greg Signature Series. I will use the Kiara Sky when I'm doing clear a lot, because I can put one big bead of clear on and down the nail I go. Makes that process a lot faster. Make an appointment to get my bandage changed. Oh my gosh, girl! Oh, thank you, darling. Yeah, Ms. Robin, you better get that handled ASAP. Do they got a home nurse or anything that can come to you, or you gotta go to them? Because they should be coming and checking on that. I had a lady one time, and shoot, she wasn't but in her late 30s. She had, part of her intestines removed, and she had a colostomy for a while. And she had a home nurse that came out and checked everything once a week, made sure everything was okay. That sounds painful. Let me read that again. So it ain't supposed to be out, huh? What is it for, like, to drain the infection? Is that what it's for? Oh, to get the kidney stones out? That makes sense. Yeah, no, Lord, no. She's just already septic. That's dangerous enough. My sister-in-law, she didn't even know that was about to happen. She went to the hospital on Saturday, and she was gone by Tuesday. And she was my favorite person in the family. Like, Sean has a few cousins that I love. 2 or 3 off the top of my head. But his sister, that was my homie. Like, me and her, we had no issues. Because she'd say, I love my brother. I'm always going to have his back. But as a woman, I'm going to tell him when he's wrong. And I'm not going to tell you you're wrong when you're not wrong just because that's my brother. Me and her got along great because I'm a realist like that. I'm going to say it how it is. And I'm going to ask you before I answer you if you really want my answer before I say it. Because I have a lot of people, like I said, I minister to women. They'll come and ask me a question. I said, now, are you sure that you want me to answer this? Because I'm going to tell you the honest to God truth, and you might not want to hear it. So, but 9 times out of 10, and that's how me and Candy was. Like, we'd talk, we kept it 100 with each other. She worked night shift, and she lived in Cincinnati, and she'd be at that doggone bus stop. And I'm like, well, stay on the phone with me till the bus comes, because that makes me nervous. And she wasn't but about 4'11", 4'10", tiny little thing, sitting out there in the middle of the night in Cincinnati at the bus stop by herself, trying to go to work or get home from, one of the two. She was my favorite. But yeah, she didn't even know that infection hopped up quick, fast, and in a hurry. I said, Lord, you took my favorite one. What the world? God bless her, though. She had awful asthma and lung issues, and I know she hated living on prednisone. You know, prednisone, you can't lose a pound to save your soul because you won't eat on the prednisone. Woo! I wonder what made the tube come out. Well, it's hanging out. It's supposed to be like just a little bit out. Was it a wound vac? Or is it something like a wound vac to get the kidney stones out? Not to be super nosy, you ain't gotta tell me if you don't want to, but yeah, I'd be calling that doctor's office like, y'all gotta fix this right here. My daughter's so funny. I asked her did she use her, cause it was her Christmas present, but she know her mama can't hold water, and she loves doing her nails. And this little lamp was lamp, Lord Jesus. This little kit was like a 30 some dollar kit for $19.99. It had the lamp in it. It had a cat eye poly gel, a few other colors, a couple glitter poly gels, dehydrator, bonder, striping tapes, rhinestones, top coat, base coat, anything and everything you could need to do some nails. Everything but tips. It had forms, but no tips. But I'll give her tips. And she just wasn't having a good go with it. So I sent her a video yesterday. I told her I said I'm gonna have to come over, and I said it's just like acrylic. You just don't have to hurry because that bead ain't gonna dry till you put it in the lamp. But she did a super pretty little gel set on herself in pinks and stuff. Let me check out that bad boy. I need a little something right here. See, it's starting to stick to my brush. Because it has a clop in it, that's why. Throw my paper towel over here. I know I waste a lot of product. I know that much. And I'm so slow. That's usually why I be terrified about going live. I have to make my hand stay still. Oh, good guggly muggly. I don't want a line of demarcation there. Yeah, that's what filing's for, right? I didn't want a line of demarcation sitting there. Maybe I can blend one down into it. Where's it at now? I think I did pretty good. Covering that line up. There we go. There we go. Fill her in, fill her in. There's another piece of glitter. You will. I love this 90s shape. Oh my goodness, yes I do, yes I do. So now I'm going to encapsulate because I want to put, I love that look. Get rid of that paper towel. When remove these so I don't spill them because I am a clumsy child guy. I don't even know how to explain it. When you like encapsulate and then do that white Frenchie over top of it. You hit this monster coffee. Ooh. Oh, what'd I miss? I missed something. There you go. Did she? I missed something. Oh, bye, Artie. Okay, baby girl. Take care of them babies. You can listen to us chatter in the background if you want. Thank you for coming, dear. Thank you so much for coming. me find my Young Nails clear. We're going to encapsulate. Alright. I have Ice Queen, which is Tickle Pink. And it is so clear. I'm kind of, maybe I should use it. Let me get it out here. Well, now, I just had it. I'd lose my hind end if it wasn't attached. I know that. Cheese and crackers. I literally just had it. Well, that ain't it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I reckon I can't because I don't see it. I must have put it back in here. There it is. Nope. Well, now, how did I pull that off? I have so much going on over here. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Oh, I see it. Let me grab it real fast. What's on, Nana? Get out the way, Dougie. Move, Dougie. Girl, you done went and got the dish towel out the laundry. Nyla, I'm going to give you to the BFI man. Oh, no, that ain't even it. Well, guess Young Nails it is, y'all. Young Nails it is. I must have meant to use the Young Nails. Ice Queen, if you don't know, that is the clearest acrylic I have ever seen. Right there in my face. There you go. Leave it to me. This ain't gonna work. Okay, let's just get this on here real quick, fast, in a hurry. So, I have a question. I've been told to bounce in the acrylic. Then some people ski across the acrylic. Dang nabbit, I might have to switch brushes. This has got acrylic in it. And I've had people tell me just to hold the brush in there. And 1/1000 for a small bead. Count to two 1,000s for a medium bead. And up to 3 1,000s for a large bead. Have you been told differently? What have you been told? How do you do it? Robin, how you do yours? Because I don't know. Sometimes I bounce and sometimes I drag. But I think bouncing, everybody that I watch, Portia, Zule, Young Nails, they bounce. You bounce? Yeah. And I've tried it the other ways. And I'm like, okay, I guess that works. But I don't know, Portia and them and Greg on Young Nails. And that man seems to know what he's talking about. I like to listen to him. He's pretty good. I forget what I heard Zule say she learned from Greg, but she said she was at some kind of nail thingy and learned something from him. Right. Because if you don't, it'll run away. Of course, my dog wants to be a brat today. She done got the dish towel out the laundry. The dirty dish towel out the dirty laundry. And brought it up here and throwed it in the floor. Like a kid. As soon as you get to doing something, yeah. And you know what? I didn't know that for the longest time when I first started. And I don't know how I missed that. How I didn't hear anybody say it. Oh, I have such a hard time doing this pinky. That's why I'm trying to get him out the way first. And I'm like, man, why do I struggle so much with this acrylic? How come I can't make my bead do what her bead's doing? And I don't know what I was missing, but I was missing something. That's why I like to do tips for beginners. And I need to put out another video. I did my comeback video. I didn't finish my thought earlier, and that's for my strokes. I'll get started talking about something, forget what I was saying, and move on to the next subject. Hold on 1 second. I smoke, so you'll hear me talking with it hanging out my face. Lost my thought. Oh, Yeah, I fell off the turnip truck there for a while. You know what? While that soaks, let me use this Kiara Sky brush. Maybe I should use my 14. No, 14 needs cleaned. So I'll try the 20. Um, my old man had went to court and all that jazz, which I think I told you about, Robin. And so that, I turned into the taxi. I had to take him to work and everything, and I had to get used to my schedule changing. Getting up at 5 instead of 7 was a big difference. And then my son got into his kerfuffle. And it was just like I didn't have enough me to go around. And this is my little dream. And it's because after the strokes, I had to reinvent myself. Like just sitting around, I can't do it. I will lose my ever loving mind. It was nice when it first happened. I was like, first I was like, okay, so good thing I ain't got to go to work because I need to worry about my health. I already lost a fourth of my brain. And they were claiming it was due to stress, that a vessel just collapsed. No clots, no blockages. The vessel just fell in on itself due to stress, which it made sense because we had a lot of mine, his, and ours. There was 11 kids all these years, and all of them but maybe one that I could think of, lived with me as teenagers because once they turned into a juvenile delinquent, I got them. And then on top of my own kids being little at the time and working all these jobs and, being superwoman. So it made sense that it would collapse under stress. And, but then I'm like, okay, I try to go back to work every year for the first 5 years, which I think it's only been 6. 19. Yeah, it's only been 6. Because I would be like, oh, I could do that. My brain would tell me I could, and then my body would quickly remind me that I could not. And the problem is I can't multitask anymore. I have to focus on what I'm doing. If I've got somebody stand over top of me saying, do this, do this, do this, do this, yeah, I'm screwing it all up. It does, honey, it does. Like I've carried the weight of the world on my shoulders for a very long time. And with no support system. Like I said, I have my foster brother, my foster mom, but my real blood family was all down south, and my foster mom was still running the daycare, and they were there for me as much as any one person possibly could be. Yeah, wait for it to get shiny. Get off the brush, you sapsucker. I think I need to clean my brushes. And I'm like, okay, so I desperately need to do something. And I wish that I would have got hipped on during the pandemic, because I feel like my channel would be way, way, way further than what it is if this epiphany, but everything in God's timing, it just wasn't meant to be at that time. And girl, thank God you had your mama. It was just me and my kids. And then, Dad came along, and about 16, 17 years ago almost. Let's see, it'll be 18 years in May. And so it's been a different unit for the little ones, but me and my 2 older boys, my mom raised my daughter. She had opportunities to come up here with me, but my mom and dad are good parents. And she was spoiled rotten because she was the grandbaby, so I'd have stayed too. I don't blame her. But she lives up here now. She wanted to move up here, get out, because there's nothing down there. Ain't a thing down there. And she wanted to be up here, where she could build her life. Plus, all my kids are biracial and living up back in the sticks in West Virginia. Um, like, she says it all the time. People called her ugly because her hair was different and stuff when she was little, but she's a baddie now, and she knows it, and you can't tell her nothing different. Could nobody ever convince her of that again. But as a kid growing up, that stuff sticks to you. But, so yeah, I lost the fourth of my brain, and then when I got to the nails, I'm like, oh, I could do that. I'm my own boss. Ain't nobody sitting over top of me, trying to tell me to do 4 or 5 different things at one time. Because, like, a friend of ours, he owns a like deli type phone store and stuff, and he gave me a job there. I ain't last but a couple of weeks because his manager. Well, and plus it's really busy. Like they get a lot of business. It's all kosher foods, and it stays busy. And he does like phones and phone bills and all that jazz. But his manager at the time was a screamer, and I'm not one to stand there and let you scream at me. And one of your brothers, how long she been gone? I'm glad you're on here. I'd be a lonely soul by myself. I'm glad you girls popped in. I was so worried I was going to be just out here talking to myself. But yeah, I tried to work every year, and my body would quickly remind me I couldn't do it. My hands would swell up and bust open from the stress. I'd get to passing out. July 17th. Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that, babes. I'm going to be praying for you, girl. You got a lot going on, too. Your world sound like mine. We lost my dad, but it's been a long time. He passed in '06. He was 54 years old. Well, God bless you. Thank God for your brother being there with you and your children. How many kids you got? I'm nosy. I want to get to know people better. That's what I like about these lives. You know, we can get to know each other better. It is. And, honey, I ain't going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you the truth. Because I get this question from people a lot. Ain't nothing going to take that sting away but time. It'll always be a sore spot. But who was it I was talking to? A friend of mine lost her mother, and she was like, when am I going to be able to think about her or talk about her without crying? I said, it took me about a good 3-4 years before I could talk about my dad or think about him without crying. Shoot. Now I can talk about him. Knowing that he's in heaven helps a lot. Because he had black lung from the coal mines in both lungs, COPD, emphysema, and congestive heart failure. So he's restored and doing good. 2 boys, 3 girls, 33, 38. Okay, I got 1 daughter, biologically. She's 29, and 4 boys, and they are 23, 21, 16, and 10. And then he's got, our last 2 are together, and then he's got 6 other ones. I always said we sound like a bad Amish joke. Mine, his, and ours. You know, all these kids. They're from 33, 34 down to 25, besides my 2. Our 2, I suppose. I don't know, it's always just been ours, you know. Especially my bunch has been ours because my boys were, my daughter lived with my mom. My dad passed away before I met him, the year before I met him, matter of fact. The boys were 6 and 4 when we met. 10 grand, girl, we got a lot in common too. We have, let me see, I gotta count them. Little Sean has 2, I believe. Mashad has 2, so that's 4. Justin has 2, so that's 6. Anthony has 3. I think he's got another one now, so 4. I ain't positive. I'm going to count to 3. So it's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Khadijah has 2, 10, 11. And Selena has 1, 12. My daughter has 2, 13, 14. I think that's all. If Anthony has an extra, that'd be 15. But I ain't positive about that one. None of my boys have any yet. But like the holidays, you know, we don't see them much. Last year, his daughter came for Thanksgiving because she didn't have her own place. And I think she was staying with her grandmama at the time. So she came over with Bella and Noah for a little while. And we have Carson and Chloe with K's by my daughter. My daughter's name is spelled Deyawna. She's my junior. Don't polymerize. Oh, get off my brush, you sapsucker. When I got started doing this, back to that, so I lost my thought. See, I get sidetracked very easily. Um, I forget, I seen polygel. Uh-oh, that's going to leave a spot. On something. And my old man got me a polygel kit from Amazon. SXC, I believe. And then I got to, that's when I got hip to YouTube. I wasn't really watching YouTube much before that. Oh, well, that stupid white spot right there. I had to cover him up with something. And then I found Zule. And then through Zule, I found Portia. So then I'm like, I know how to do acrylic, but I ain't touched it in probably 15 years. Let me get started and see. Yeah, acrylic's my favorite. I like polygel, hard gel. I love it all. Like I have builder gel, some Young Nails gels. I have some Savalan gels. I have some Morvan gels. But acrylic is my favorite. Samesies. And once I got to, watching them, I'm like, because I went to cosmetology school in the 90s. My junior and senior year of high school, I went to the joint vocational school and took cos. So acrylic now and acrylic then, woo, big difference. Big difference. I think there was only one or two vendors back then. And they weren't like it is now where you got different setting speeds. That stuff cured fast. And if you ain't get the job done, then a big lumpy dump you had. So that took me forever to get brave enough to even attempt to do any acrylic on film at all. And then about when I got comfortable with it, it's when the world fell apart. And there was no way. I'd invested so much time and effort, and every gift somebody bought me for the last 2 years was nail related. And I made me a little nail room, basically a nail shop in my house. And I'm like, this is the reinvention of me. This is my little dream come true. This is me doing what I like to do, what I want to do. I can't go back and work a traditional job. That's what I was saying. I tried, and that just was not working. Come off of there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm about to just start over. It is what it is. All right. Now we got quite a bit of filing to do. Let me check these out. I think I need to put a little bit more on this one. I'd rather them be too thick than too thin. You can always file it, but you can't take so much off. Honey, I couldn't fit this stuff on a vanity if I tried. I have like the whole room. What's up, Minch? Hold on 1 second, girls. What you trying to show me, son?
I don't know. I'm a bit confused.
On what?
Like the main topic of what I'm supposed to do.
Is there like a thing in each class to show you?
Look, it's these things, but on the slide, it just says.
Does it show you where you've completed the activity for the teachers? Well, just do as much as you can figure out right now, and then I'll come and help you with it here in a little bit, bub. As long as we get it accomplished today. Because I thought it wasn't supposed to be on a time frame. I thought it was supposed to be on your own time, ain't it?
It is. Like most of the assignments are due January 18th, 2024.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll look at it here when Mommy gets done. Okay.
I did everything else I was supposed to do.
Yep, just get it a little bit at a time. I tell you what, Black Friday is the lifesaver. I got a rug because I had a pink. My aesthetic is pink and black and silver. Pink, black, and gray are my favorites, which that's what this nail set's going to turn into before the end of this. And I had a pink shag rug, and cat peed on it. My son would come in, my youngest one, from playing outside and rolling around. I just got to the point where it was going in the trash. It was literal garbage. And I have a big desk in here. My son, my 21-year-old, is buying me a literal nail desk for Christmas. And my other son, because they're always in competition, who could do better for mom, you know. He's buying me an arc light lamp, whatever, you know, the one that's a half a moon. And then I have a shelf that's covered in gel polish. I probably had 300 colors of gel polish and maybe 150 colors of acrylic. Usually, most of them are 1 ounce jars, some 2 ounces. I got the 660 gram of clear from Young Nails. Because what I want to do is make press-ons. Alright, let's get this filing started. The Black Friday is always, like, I save up every year. Oh no, what'd I do with my favorite bit? I lost it. Hold on. I save up every year and buy the Young Nails mystery boxes. That first mystery box last year really gave me enough product. I keep hitting the camera stand. That ain't helping in. But it gave me enough product to really get started. You get like $500-600 worth of product. I mean, Lord, it's more than that. $600-700 worth of product for this year, $210. Well, I lost my favorite bit somehow. Aw, fuzz. Well, reckon I'm gonna have to use this one. I don't know what I did with it, and that's my favorite bit. I gotta find that bad boy. Let's do the dry test. Oh, that one I had to do. So the thumb and the middle finger, I'd say a little more time. I wonder what I did with it. That's annoying. I changed it to do the cuticles. Aha, I found it. Let me switch drills. I'm going to use my nose. What's wrong, Nana? Michi! Michi! Come take the dog out. She's whining. My doggy had some stool issues yesterday. I struggle with this pinky, so bear with me. I got it going the wrong way. Take her out. She's whining. Go, Nana. I don't know if it was from... I think she got in the garbage and got something she wasn't supposed to get. And we had family over for Thanksgiving. And now her tummy isn't right. You know what? I should probably file the sides first, ain't it? Isn't it? Bear with me. So, let's see. I got some... I'll use my red iguana. That's a good placement, too. When April Ryan on Red Iguana has sells, I got some files. I got some caviar beads. I got some foils. I got a boatload of stickers. I also got the faux nail beds for my hand. So, right there. Bring it back. Because she has... I don't have a red iguana hand. Get the sticky stuff off of me. Sorry, I keep hitting that camera. But I think I got the faux nail beds and the little sticker doodaddies, which I don't really use. The sticky tabs, but I got it for like $5. I am the queen. Shein, yep. Shein, Temu. I don't mess with AliExpress anymore unless I'm looking for a specific, like, charm or something. Because it takes so long to get. And then if you're ordering from different stores, they come at different times. And with me with these strokes, I can't keep track. The Shein and Temu I love. I will order from them on a regular. I do from AliExpress get like my, what are they called? Like the closeout, you know, Louis, Gucci, Fendi, Prada, blah, 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 stickers. I did get, I saved up for Black Friday, because I got the mystery boxes the day they went on sale. That's non-negotiable. I'm going to say, I started saving on one of my little cards in like July, and it's $5 here, $10 there, until I get the amount for the mystery boxes. Let me use some swiping, clean this sticky residue off of me. Um, I got some nail house. Unfortunately, everything I got was on sale, so I couldn't use Portia's code. I sure tried. I know she gets a commission off of that. Yeah, they take forever growing. I had acrylic show up, and but it was really good. It was reminding me of Valentino. I've only had Valentino one other time. But it showed up like 3 months later. And I'm like, shoot, I forgot I ordered the doggone thing. It'd been so long. I forgot all about it. Because I'd ordered like a mint tilly color, a pink, and a white. And everything had came except for that teal one. And I forgot all about it. And when it popped up, I said, huh. And he asked me, he's like, you put an order in? I'm like, shoot, no. I said, that's from forever ago. Because he wanted to know, there's more stuff supposed to be coming. I'm like, I ordered that months ago. But, so I got a little nail house coming. I only have a couple of their acrylics. And, I've never tried not polish. So I got one not polish coming. The only reason I haven't tried not polish is because their shipping to me is like ridiculous. Ridiculous. Like almost $20. What am I doing? See? Brain fart. Cheese and crackers. So I got Silk Teddy. I wanted to try Nude Panther. Of course, that's the staple of not polished. But they were sold out on Attitude Shop. Because Attitude Shop's shipping to me was half the price of what not polishes was. Yep. It was ridiculous. I had jam, something jam, and like a nude color from Nail House. But I always wanted to try Trophy Wife, because I've seen Portia use that, and it's just beautiful. So I got Trophy Wife and a few other little things. I think I got one gel, because I want to try their gel polish, and it was like $6. I ordered that one acrylic of not polished from the Attitude Shop. And that was only because on my shop app I had some shop cash. And I got a little bit of bling, some Swarovski from Ocean Nail Supply, because all of my orders go through my shop app, and I stack up that little shop cash and use that. I don't know what's up with this like inhibition layer, but there sure is one. So yeah, I got Nail House, I got Batty Nut, no, Silk Teddy, Satin Teddy, one of them from Nail House, or Lord have mercy, from Not Polished, but it's coming from Attitude Shop. I got a couple from Valentino, because I only had a half of a jar of Valentino that somebody gave me a long time ago. So I really wanted to try some of that. Eno Couture had some ginormous scoops. Yeah, girl, go through Shop app and just don't pay it no attention for a while, and before you know it, you'll have like $10, $12 in shop cash. And go order something and take like half price off. My little orders be like 30 here, 20 there. Every now and then I'll get $40, $50 worth of something. Except for Young Nails. Now, I have a lot of Young Nails products, and it's because they have never disappointed me, not one time. And their customer service is exceptional. There's one particular brand I stopped ordering from, and I don't want to throw them out there, so. But their boxes and stuff was a big hoop-de-doo a couple years ago, and everybody got their monthly boxes. And that was all well Jim Dandy. But I had ordered from one of their sales, and they completely screwed me. So I will not purchase from them anymore. What else did I get? I'm trying to think what else I got. I got a lot of stuff from Amazon on Good Friday. On Black Friday. I got this footstool thingy for pedicures. It's a little thing. Almost looks like a big brake pedal that's sitting up on, um, I don't know, it's metal underneath, and it like sits up like this to put their foot on when you're doing a pedicure, because I do pedicures on my own man, on the kids, elderly female friends of mine that can't reach their feet anymore. And I'm like, oh man, that sucker, and it was only like 11 bucks. That'll come in super handy. So I got that. I got this black rug that is a 4.5 by 6.5, I believe. It was like a $69 rug I got for 30 bucks. I got some stickers, some top coats. I have this one top coat. I'm going to make a video on it. I got it from Amazon. It's solid, and I've never seen is a base and a top. Oh, hey, girl. Miss Mossy. Glad you could pop in, darling. Ain't it cool when you hear somebody's voice? Like, I always was curious about what people sounded like. And then when you and, you and Jonah go on live, then I got to hear what your guys' voice sounded like. That's my favorite part. Because it's more personable. I love these lives. I love being able to chit-chat. You know, even if it's via text and you only hear me. Like, I like when you guys go live together. I'm so slow, I don't know if anybody go live with me. Take me 100 years. It does help, though, when I watch people like Zule and them, and they talk about they slow, too. Because I'm like, okay, it ain't just me. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, I mixed together some acrylics. I wanted that pink color that looks so bomb with like a white Frenchie over top of it. And it's kind of translucency, but ain't. But I think I came pretty darn close to what I was aiming for. I figured it out this time. Artsy had inboxed me and, or no, she commented on something and told me that I had to take off that being set for kids. That's why we couldn't comment. Because I'm like, well, it's not set to private. What in the world's wrong with this crazy thing? I finally figured it out. You know, my brain don't function on all cylinders anymore. Literally. Thank God the fort that I lost was in the back and not in the front, or I'd be at the creek without a paddle. Sure, that feels like they got the heat set on hell. My children like to sleep on the floor in basketball shorts and no shirt and then turn my heat on, Hades. Dust this table off. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And go back to filing with the drill. And dust being everywhere. And I wear my apron, but you can't tell I wore an apron. I wonder if Jonah got her truck fixed. I was going to try to go on yesterday, but didn't quite work out, so had to make it for today. Now this now is a lumpy dump. Lord, is a lumpy dump. Mm-mm. I think it's because I'm using these 90s curve nails. It's a little different. Break my wrist, turn around, look at myself. And like I said, I'd rather have too much and file it down than have too little. Let me put a little, oops, wrong way. I didn't want to make them too overly long because I have to clean for my friend tomorrow. I clean for her every Tuesday. And she made me some homemade soup. She used the leftover turkey and made turkey soup. I got her a little surprise. She'll probably be watching this sometime today, so I ain't going to say it on here. I'm going to take it over there to her. She's older than me, so I go over and clean the house for her every week, and she hooks me up. It works out good for the both of us. I go back and forth between my drill and my hand file. I'll just get these cuticles together, and then I'll go back to the hand file. I live in Ohio, northern Ohio, honey. In Lorain County. I'm about 25 minutes outside of Cleveland. But I'm from down south. My family's from West Virginia. That's where my little accent comes from. But I've been up here for quite some years, but my whole family has an accent. So, well, not my kids and my old man, but my family, you know. My blood. My daughter's so funny. People don't expect her to sound how she sounds. My mom and dad raised her down there. And she's this little short mixed girl that looks like Tina. And she'll walk in somewhere and start talking, and they're like, I did not expect that to come out of you. Oh, sorry, I hit the camera. No, don't turn around. Crazy thing, it turned itself sideways because I bumped the stand. Done today with it. That is the worst, is for your car to be down. That sucks. I say little prayers for all y'all. When y'all tell me, something's going on or whatever. So I said a little prayer for her to get her wheels back up under her. I know my car was down a couple months ago. I drive a 2000 Lincoln Town car. And the fuel pump went out in it. Oh, it was killing me. My son, my 23-year-old, I was using his car, which he will never tell me no. But I felt bad, like he doesn't go anywhere. He's a homebody. I mean, he was a teenager. I used to ask him, like, are you depressed? And he was like, I'm not suicidal. I said, I didn't ask you that. I asked you if he was depressed. Like, you don't go anywhere. Yeah, it's there. It ain't never going away. I've come to grips with that. I was young teenager. Well, probably, well, I think I was 11 when we moved here. So it was in there good. And, oh, Lord, when I'm mad, it's worse. I'm country. I've always been country. I'm always going to be country. I said, my family's biracial. And I don't like when people lose their identity and then they start trying to be somebody they're not, and they take on this fake persona. And it's like, what the world, like, generally where folks grow up at is, like I grew up down south, so I got, for the biggest majority of my life, my growing up years, learning how to talk and stuff, so I got that. I know this one girl that when she was dating black men, she tried to sound that ethnicity. Then she got married to a Spanish man. Now she thinks she's Spanish. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Be you. Be who you are. And don't get me wrong, like I said, it's where people grew up at. I got some friends that grew up. I got one friend that grew up in Puerto Rico. She's white as I am. But they moved down there when she was a kid. So she has that accent. That's where she grew up at. That's natural. where you grow up at is generally what you sound like. Like, nobody around here sounds like me. But I didn't start here. And my daughter, like I was saying, she's black and white, and everybody thinks she's Latina. So when she walks in someplace and this thick country accent comes out, this old man turned around and said, me and her walked in. People think I got color to me too. And said, Buenos dias. And I said, good morning. And he was like, that was country. And my daughter said, good morning. And he was like, well, I really didn't expect to hear that come out of you. Like my dad's sayings, things he used to say to me that are extra, extra country, that still comes out my face. People get tickled at some of the things I say. I say, be who you are. Be an individual. Don't latch on to the crowd. Because that happens a lot. Yeah, it was so funny. That little old man turning around, Buenos dias. And I'm like, good morning. My kids, they really do look Latin, though. You'd think they were Spanish. My 21-year-old, his handsome tail. All my kids are black and white. He's got my bright blue eyes. And boy, I tell you what, I come home from work and it'd be 3, 4 girls. I'm like, what y'all want? Is DJ? I said, yes, he is. And no, he ain't coming. I got here. And now my 16-year-old, he has green eyes. So I'm constantly chasing little girls away. Which I think that's why he ended up with that boy picking on him to begin with. I told him, you're pretty. You're always going to have haters. I'm trying to get back in the camera. Let me pull the camera back. Maybe that will help. Yeah, if you live somewhere for long enough, like I know people that have moved to West Virginia that didn't live there before, and they pick up the accent. I have a friend from here. He moved to Jersey for quite a few years, and he picked up the accent from there. I have another friend that moved to, I want to say Alabama, somewhere deep south. And he came back because you pick it up. You know, you pick up the language of where you're at. Which that's perfectly natural. My thing is when you've lived right here in Lorain County all your life, and because you're dating somebody, you start trying to conform into them. Don't lose your identity trying to be something or someone that you're not. I said, I'm country as a turnip green. I ain't got no identity crisis, and it just is what it is. I fit in pretty much everywhere I go, so I get along. I love people, so I get along pretty well. Except bullies. I can't stand a bully, boy, and it goes down. That's why my son, bless his heart, I said, you ain't in trouble. And my 21-year-old, oh, he was trouble on 2 feet from 15 to 18. And he caused his trouble now. This one, he fought back against somebody bullying. And he ended up with the same PO that my 21-year-old had and the same attorney. And his PO said, I know you're parenting. If it's cool with you, it's cool with me. She said, I know you're not going to be okay with them doing anything that they're not supposed to be doing. So that worked out well. I said, that was ordained by the grace of God. Yeah. Louisiana. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard my husband spurt off a couple of my sayings. Like I heard him say, I reckon one time, and I looked at him, and he was like, did I just say that? And I said, you sure did. I tell you what, though, I'm blessed with being able to cook. My foster mom's a black woman from down south. Well, she was born down south. She grew up here. And she can cook her tail off. And then my mama, my natural mama, she can cook her butt off. My kids, my daughter's baby dad that got murdered last October, he called it, how am I going to say? He called it soul billy without using that word. He was like, this is the best food I've ever had. It's ninja billy. I said, I don't understand, honestly, what country folks and black folks was fighting about all these years. They believe the same. They discipline their children the same. They eat the same. I don't understand what they're fighting about. But Jordan, he loved my food. If Momo took it, see, my grandkids call me Momo. And my daughter has a daughter by him. He got killed last October. He got shot in the head in the projects. And Mama brought over a plate. He was getting his cut. Yeah, I cannot stand a bully. Nope, nope, nope. I was always the one in school. God bless me. I was a popular girl. I was a cheerleader. And I would stick up for the little guy because it hurt me. Like physically, my skin would crawl to watch some yuts being mean to somebody that was just not as rich as them or, smaller than them and couldn't defend themselves. I can't stand it. It makes my skin crawl. The kid that my kid got into it with, he kept trying to get him to fight in school. He's smacking him in the back of the head and stuff. And he's like, I'm not fighting you in school, dude. They end up fighting in front of the funeral home down the street from the school. And I can't say a lot about it because we're still in the middle of the get down, but my child, I had people, and I'm so glad that my children respect how I've raised them. I had a lady contact me that I ain't know from a can of paint, and she was like, I just love Michi. She said, he's the one that gets on the big kids when they're cussing in front of the little kids. He's the one shooing the little kids out of the street when they're out there playing basketball when the cars come. He was like, helping carrying groceries and telling the bigger kids to be respectful and not cuss around the little kids or in front of somebody's parents. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just appreciate you so much. And she asked me, could she write a character letter reference? It took me 3 weeks to get him out of the DH. And he had never been in the DH before. They ain't never kept. They tried to make my son sound like a serial killer. It was terrible. But thank God for these light poles having, yes, honey. That's why I was like, dang it, I can't talk to nobody. You can't really get to know somebody through messages and stuff. I'm a loudmouth. I'm hyper as all get out. I love to have a good time. I love these lives because I want to get to know you girls. I don't kick it with females like that. I was married when I was 19, and while I was at work, I came home to my 3-year-old daughter at the time, telling me how my best friend, who called off that day, was on the couch with her daddy with no pants on. So, some of that. So I don't kick it with a lot of females. And y'all are the only females I really kick it with. Like, shoot, I'm so busy with life and with the family, I couldn't kick it with nobody if I wanted to. I ain't got no time. That's what I like about the lives, because, we can get to know each other in a way that you can't just by texting. Shoo, this heat's about to run me up out of here. Lord in heaven. They got this heat on hell. But yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, we're a Christian hood. We've lived in the hood. I've lived over here on the south side since I was 17, 18 years old. Oh, Dad, I met him in 2007. He had been out of the joint for maybe 6 months or so. He ain't been back since he met me, because I ain't on it. We ain't gonna be having none of that foolishness. When I had the strokes in 2017, he had to drive me to church because I wasn't able to drive at the time. And he had to stay there and take me home. And he got saved in March and was baptized by May. And he does the cameras for the worship team. It's part of the worship team ministry. But he's the camera guy and the sound equipment dude. And I teach the women's ministry, but we haven't done it in person in quite a while because it got to the point where the girls were only coming when they had something going on in their lives. And I'm like, I'm spending 50 hours a week because I went to Bible college. I'm ordained. I'm not a sedity pastor, I say. I always say that. I say bad words. I'm a human being like everybody else. I ain't no sedity holier than thou, Sadducee, Pharisee type of person. Yet, nope, 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 nope. And, but yeah, it seems like the girls was only coming when they had something going bad in their lives. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not spending 50 plus hours a week compiling a study because I want to teach the word how God meant for it to be portrayed, not what I think. I don't like that. It ain't my opinion. It's the Lord's opinion. So I would go hours and hours and hours studying different Hebrew scholars, pastors of every denomination, preachers, teachers, and compile a study and be lucky. For a while there, it was going good the first couple of years. Like it'd be anywhere from 7 to 14 people in a class. Well, then in that first class, they got pretty learned and went off in their own ministries. It kind of fell off, dribbled after that. So now I help women get into treatment and get out of addiction, and out of bad, adult abusive relationships and stuff, and find safe places to be. And I minister through that. Look up. Yes, absolutely, girl. You gotta watch. I told my son the other day, I said, keep your grass cut, you can see the snakes. And he's like, what does that mean, Mama? I said, when you keep your life to a minimum, it's easy to weed out the snakes. Because he had said, he said, you find out who your real friends are when you get into a situation. And I was like, well, you keep your grass cut, it's easier to see the snakes. And like I said, you keep your life to a minimum. Don't have, like everybody, people can be acquaintances, everybody ain't your friend. And if you keep your business to a minimum, don't let too many people get too close, then it's easy to see the snakes. If your grass gets too high, you can't see them sapsuckers. And my TikTok page consists of Mama Dawna advice, and I hate pinkies. I hate them, I hate them, I hate them. They're so awkward, and my hand has involuntary movements from my strokes. I will have the hardest time filing my pinky. But yeah, my TikTok account is compiled of nails and Mama Dawna advice, and like when something irks me, like I don't remember when it was. It was a year or better ago. Somebody had said something about Portia, and she didn't really care, but she cared a little bit. You could tell it bothered her to an extent. It wasn't earth-shattering for her, but you could tell she cared a little bit. And I got on there and I said, you could be, we all got haters. And if you ain't got a hater, then you ain't doing something right. You could be the most beautiful person that God blessed this planet with. You could have more money than God. You could be, horse feathers. You could be smarter than the average bear. You could be number one top notch at your craft, whatever it is you do. And somebody will still have something negative to say. It never fails. There are just miserable people on this planet that the only thing they have to do with their time. Oh Lord, I got a pair of glasses on my face and one on top of my head. I know this person. He goes out of his way to go into people's posts or pages or whatever. Sorry, y'all, I'd like me a cigarette. Just to say something negative. It makes my blood boil. It drives me insane. I told him, I said, you know what? You got too much time in your day. If you've got time to go on somebody else's page and what they're trying to do with their life, just to say how stupid you think their post, their idea is. Like, get a hobby, get a dog, get a job, go on a date, do something with yourself. Good grief. But that's a bully. It just drives me insane that this little girl had It was on YouTube. She had put together all kinds of cleaning products. Like, it was a waste of money at the end of the day, but shoot, that's her business. It ain't mine. In the toilet to come up with a toilet bowl cleaner. And this guy just had to go on there and say, what a waste of money. Like, come on, people. Cheese and crackers. Stalkers. That stalker I had would just sit in the bushes or hide under my car and wait hours for me to come out to try to get at me. You know, I don't understand. I'm going to get bored in 5 minutes, less than probably, with my hyper self. Just sitting there. Sitting there waiting. Nope. Ain't she? He just breezed out the door. His radius on his ankle monitor goes next door to, like, me and the old man, as we're working on our situation with the Lord. Let me dust some of this off. This is going to get my nerves. I'm OCD. Him and the 2 older boys really reside next door, and me and the 2 younger boys reside in this house, keeping the family unit together while we get it back together, because we met him both was ratchet when we met, and early in our relationship things were done that takes a lot of repairing. So putting a little Jesus in the middle of it and getting it together. Where'd you go? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, okay. What, no Amazon out there? I got a couple more packages left to come today, girls. That foot pedal thingy stool, whatever the heck it is, for the pedicures. A black mat. No, that's for hands, Minch. This one's for feet. A black table mat. Because under here I have like a blingy one. But it's little. So I had to get another one. I got a black one to go on the other side of the table. I'm sorry, y'all. It takes me 100 years to file. I think I got that one now. Thirsty. I should have got out my dust collector. Okay. I'm still kerfuffled over here. I think I'm going to do the French tips. I know this one's going to be a bling now. I'm pretty sure. And the little reindeer face me and Archie was talking about. It's great she has her grandbabies. We had our grandbabies the other day. It does. It takes forever, don't it? I think we lost Marcy. I just love her and Jonah. She's sweet as she could be. And she's funny too. I said we got a good group of girls. We really do. You, Marcy, Jonah, PJ, me, Paige. I'm trying to think, like, it's the same group of girls, you know. Like where I'll see y'all on one person's page, I'll see y'all, same people on the net. We like ride together. I love that. And like, I would have probably never figured out what the world I was doing wrong if Marcy and Arcee hadn't got on there and messaged me and told me what I was doing wrong. I'm glad she's getting to spend some time with her grandbabies today. I had both of mine. Oh, what day was that? Was that Thanksgiving? Yes, Thanksgiving. My daughter's dating this piece of work that likes to put his hands on her when me or her brothers aren't around. And she put him out. And I picked her up and my granddaughter. My granddaughter spends a lot of time with her other grandma, her dad's mom. You know, her dad's the one that got murdered. And my grandson, he spends a lot of time with me because him and Uncle Bonds are only 2 years apart. Donovan's 10 and Carson's 8. Okay, I think I got that one. Got their little buffing here in a minute. They are. Oh my gosh. And I totally appreciate you, Robin, for riding this out with me. Are you off for a while with all this going on with your health? Are you just like stuck in the house? I mean, I said I thought we lost Marcy. You're going to work, huh? Robin, are you stuck in the house for a while, sweetheart? I can't work anymore. That's why I said this is my little dream come true. I had to reinvent myself. I tried. Lord, I tried. For 5 years, I tried Taco Bell. I tried the corner store. I tried, Lord, let me think. I had 5 different jobs. McDonald's. I tried things that I had done in the past throughout my life somewhere at a point in time. Because, like, I'd work full-time in a nursing home, part-time at McDonald's, Long John Silver's. At one point, this man asked me if I had a twin. I worked in Lorraine at McDonald's, and he came there and had his breakfast. Then at lunchtime, I was at Rowley's in Elyria, and he said, do you have, whoop, sorry, he said, do you have a twin? Horse feathers. I said, sorry, I keep hitting that camera stand. I said, no, that was me. He was like, girl, you're all over the place. And then when I just finally realized I cannot do this, but I was 42 when it happened, and I'm like, I'm too young to not work. Not do anything, I do something. And I'm a hyper child of God. Mama said I quit taking naps when I was 18 months old. She said I've been hyper since I came out. And then I, like I was saying earlier, I ran into Zule and Portia when I got introduced to Polyjug, got on YouTube and got looking for nail videos. And I'm like, that's what I can do. I could be my own dabber and boss. And I really want to go somewhere with the content creating. I'm full of information. I said I know a little something about everything. I'm stuck home. I get my, let's go to morning with my daughter. I have to go to work and get my off the bus. And that's a full-time job, honey. Being at home, people don't understand. I never in my life imagined I would work harder at home than I did at work. And the family, they'll get on my ever-loving nerve. God knows I love them to the moon and back, choke a rock, move a mountain, go to prison for them. But they'll be like, well, why didn't you do this or this? I'm like, oh, because God gave me 48 hours in one day instead of 24 like everybody else, huh? I'm like, well, I did this, and this. Like, especially him. I'll drop him off at work, and he'd be like, well, did you get this done today? And I'm like, no, I'm getting home in the same, I didn't go back to the house today. I just got here. I got home when I picked you up. Like, if I go and pick a girl up from wherever, and a lot of times they got to get a driver's license or an ID made to get into treatment, so I take them to do that, or take them somewhere to get the money if I ain't got it to help them, which I generally don't, because ministry work is free. It don't come with no paycheck. And take them clear out to Cleveland somewhere to a treatment facility or something where they can get some help and spend some time in the car ministering to them and answering questions and just, life advice and biblical advice. So I was saying I know a little something about everything, but not enough about any one thing to have a degree in anything. I'm the literal definition of a jack of all trades. And then go to the grocery store, pay the bills. I clean on Tuesdays for my friend. I go here and there and everywhere. And I'm like, shoot, no, I ain't did that. I ain't been back to the house. I stopped and let the dog out and took off again. I had been missing Paige's lives a lot because we have church on Friday nights at 7:30 and 11 o'clock on Sunday mornings. I'm trying to get it to where I'm at church on Sundays and I don't go on Fridays. Sometimes I go if he was working the cameras, because I'm the ride there anyway. Both my kids serve in church. I said this when it's got all this kerfuffles going on. I'm like, y'all trying to make him sound like a serial killer when this child has certificates from serving in the community through the church, taking food boxes and winter supplies to the homeless people under the bridge and food boxes to the hotels where the addicts are barely surviving because they're homeless and they're living in a motel. Like, he's not that person that these people try to make him out to be. So I'll try to stay on a Friday if the family's there, you know. But I have been missing a bunch of Paige's lives, so I've been able to catch him here recently. Hey, PJ girl, what's up? Glad to see you here, darling. I poke my head up every now and then and read the comments. I'm filing my life away over here. I'm so slow. Well, I'm almost done, though, with the filing. Slow as molasses in January. That's pretty damn slow. I don't know. I just feel like I can get a crisper get down with the hand file. And man, this pinky, we got beef. I got these 90s curved. I love them, even though I ain't got a whole lot of curve left since I cut them off because they was like, phew. All right, I'm going to do a little smoothing with the E-file. And then buff it, and we'll get some nail art done. Let's see. I guess I'm going to use my new sanding band. Your nails. Try not to cut myself. Oh, wait a minute. I got it down too far. When I get the dust, that ain't even the right one. When I get the dust cap down too close to the edge, it squeals. I have to make sure I don't get it down too far. Bazinga. I'm so glad y'all got to pop in here. Yes, girl, we got beef. I know, I use it for different... Honey, it all depends on which way the wind's blowing that day, to tell you the truth. I have this one bit that I absolutely love for around the cuticle. Well, I've had these stupid strokes. I do things differently than a lot of people. Because my hands like to hop around. Y'all should see me. I'll be going down the street and this damn hand will throw the cigarette. And then I'm doing a back bend, trying not to burn my butt, trying to get over on the side of the road. And the kids are like, Mommy, are you okay? Because they're like, what is wrong with this lady? It has involuntary movement since I had the strokes, and that thing just does what it wants to do. I got this little white. Hey, there it came off. Yay. Like, I've gotten pretty good at getting down in my cuticle without cutting my cuticle. I really use it to, like, even out. Or, like, I will use it to, when I'm going to soak them off, like that top coat layer. Fiddle fudge. I'm concentrating, y'all. Just give me a minute. That thing. Come on. I mixed together some acrylic to make these acrylics today. I try to keep one of them. I got about a half a jar of this 660 gram of Core Clear from Young Nails. Because I will get into mixing. I'm trying to see. And today, yeah, man, this pinky got real eye beef. I wanted that pink color. It's like a bright pink and kind of translucent. So I mixed some Dynamic Nail Supply acrylics together. I got some underneath here somehow. Yeah, I reckon that's good as it's fixing to get. Then I'm going to buff it. Yeah, it's, well, here, I'll show you. Let me get it together. I took some of Bad Enough, 213. Hey, I'm not in black and white anymore. It was black and white before. um, Sugar. Hold on, y'all. The glaze, whatever. The pink one, 06. Bad Enough, and Dragon Drink. I had them all together. Now I done lost them. And the Dragon Drink. And, horse feathers. The Barbie Pink. And then I added a little Young Nails Clear. And then I took all this and mixed that together. And I came up with what's on my hands. Horse feathers. Let me try to do this without dropping it. I mixed it together. Then I took a little bit of that out. This is my Kiara Sky dip bowl somebody gave me that I don't use dip. And I put some reindeer tear from Young Nails Mystery Box, moonbeam from a cart, and a little bit of this white iridescent in there to make the glitter one that's on this, going to be my bling nail. Yes, honey, I do this quite frequently. I'm like, I kept wanting that, that bright pink you always see, that's slightly translucent with the white French tip on. Oh, it's so pretty. And the glass dust from Dynamic, that pink glass, I think it's 06. That's very close, but not quite. So I'm like, let me do a little mixing here and see. I've tore this cuticle on my pinky. Oh, to hell. That'll be alright. And I'm like, let me see if I can do it. So I was in here experimenting. Buff it a little bit. I have a gang of acrylics that I made. If you go through my shorts, there's a set that has like one of them little white angels on the pointer finger and some little white hearts that I made with mold. On that set, I made the teal and I named it Snuggle. I made it with some mica powder and some white. And then I made the glitter teal, and then I made one of the nudes in that set. Like, I got a whole little selection I'll have to show you guys one day. I'm the type of person, if I see something, I'm like, I think I could do that. I'm going to try. It might turn out, it might not, but I'm going to give it a try. Alright, that's enough of that. Let me swipe it. Swipe is my everything. Lord, I clean my brushes with it. It dehydrates and cleans the nails. And I've tried, people say, oh, well, it's just acetone and alcohol. Nope, I tried. I tried to mix myself some together. It just was not the same. I do have my pop-off method on under here, so I'm trying not to make it pop off. I think that pinky needs some more loving, but I ain't fixing to do it right this moment. Alright, now I've got 11 things in my head on the design tip. So, I'm going to wipe that off. It's got fuzz in it. I did want to do like a little girly reindeer with like her eyes closed. I do want the white French tip. So I'm thinking, not on the bling now. I think that's going to be a bling now. It might turn into something totally different by the time I get to the end of this. I got these little Beatles liners. Beatles is the business. I love Beatles. Yes, girl. Mix you some stuff together, PJ. I've done that too, y'all. I bought colors I thought were like cover colors, and yeah, no, it's just a color, not a cover at all. Mix you some shit in there, excuse my French, and put some glitter in there and turn that bad boy into something you're going to want to use, and then it just ain't over there collecting dust. Oh my gosh, I think we all did that. Let me get this off my hand. I got something all over me. I think we all do that as newbies. Me bending my fingers down like that, a palm full of acrylic. I think when we're new, we all make the same mistakes. So they're more clear, like they're transparent. You can see through them. You know what? You could take that and, okay, say it's like like that Bad Enough. Where's it at? You know, it's kind of like Bad and Bougie. It's Dynamics version of Bad and Bougie. That's what I made this out of. Take another color. Say you want to make like a more of a solid baby blue. Put some royal blue in that ish. Put some white in there. Separate it. You know, mix it till you get the color you want it to be. Separate it. Throw some glitter in that joint. You got 2 more acrylics. It's all trial and error. And I mean, if you're not using it, no harm, no foul. You know, if it's just going to sit over there and collect dust, like some of mine, I bought, not eye gel. I forget. Glitz and Glam, Glam and Glitz, however you say it. I screw it up, I promise. This is one of my little Black Friday deals I got this week. This is so cool. I was going to get one from Nailz by Dev, and then I found this sucker for cheaper, and it stands up. Because like the one old lady's, let me see if I can put it down so y'all can see it and with his back. This one old, older lady's feet that I do, she can't lift her feet up. And I sit on the floor to do her pedi. Well, this stands up so I'm not filling all over the place with my brushes. If what's French? Honey, I'm country-ish. As country as they come, darling. I'm a country hood. I was telling them earlier, my granddaughter's dad, got arrested, so he got murdered in the Jets last year. He called my cooking Ninja Billy. And I said, I got the best of both worlds. My foster mom's a wonderful black woman from down south that can cook her butt off. Woo! Good business. And my mama and my grandmama, my natural family, country as turnip greens, and every morning we had biscuits for breakfast and cornbread for supper. So I put that business together, and it's the best. Now, me and Frenchies are not friends at all. I struggle like a son of a gun. Why I always want to do a doggone French, I don't know, but I do. But I want to keep them kind of low, because I do want to put that little reindeer face in there. And my hands, like I said, they're glitchity, hoppity, skippity. They do what they want to do. I had 2 strokes in 2017, lost a fourth of my brain. They said it too much stress, a vessel collapsed under stress. No clots, no blockages. And now my hands hop and skip and do whatever they want to do. Horse feathers. See? Stop. Stay still. I have to like hold it real tight to make it not jump. So I do things a little different because of my ish-ups. And it takes me a little longer than most folks, but I get her done. Let's see. Right there. I think I need to get another 15 ml. Like this one is my cart and it don't cooperate. Hold on. I love these new Young Nails brushes that we got in the mystery box. These are nice. My hand wants to hop so bad I could feel it. Don't you move. Alright. Alright. Right, I never get it right. It's one of the two, I know that. Close enough. And close enough, people know what you're talking about. Come on, you sapsucker, cooperate. And me knowing how hard it is for me to do a French, but I always want to do a daggone French. I don't know what's up with that either. You know what? I'm going to get my other Beetles white. With the bigger brush on it instead of trying to use that little ditty. I don't know. I got Madame Glam's Perfect White and in the mini because I wanted to see just how great it was. And I still lean toward my Beetles. I know they got the best top coat ever was. I said, I hope they don't ever get hip to how great it is. Because then folks can't afford it. Because that $14, $15 a bottle business is too rich for my blood as much as I go through top coat. Beetles black and Beetles white. I love them and that top coat. Now I gotta clean up that smile line. Let me get down here. Guess it ain't awful, but it could be better. I said this swipe is my savior. I need to get one of them Frenchy brushes. Oh, yeah, girl. Yep. I was like, what the hell is she talking about French? Shoot. Yeah, baby, I speak French fluently. And my elbow's over here sticking where I wipe my brush off. Horse feathers. Watch me end up making this worse. You know, I wish the good Lord blessed me with some better skills at making these French tips. I suck. Let me see. Let's fix it up a little bit. I'm going to do one fingernail at a time. And the art is. Mm. I don't know where to put that pinky. Lord have mercy, I made that one a disaster area. I had to fix that. Alright, that's good. That's gonna get. My dog is over here snoring like a buzzsaw. I'm gonna pop that in there. These ones I'm ready to take off. I done lost a stone. I made them with the Young Nails goodies. And where's my monster? If y'all ain't tried this, oh my gosh, salted caramel. It's the only one I drink. I sent my son to the store. You know, don't you come back with no vanilla or chocolate. I don't want it. But them, it's an addiction. It has to be, because last year when I had that lung clot and pneumonia, when I got out the hospital, I had this god-awful headache. And I'm like, I ain't did nothing different. I've been in the doggone hospital for days. And I'm trying to figure out what the problem was. And I told my old man, I said, the only coffee I had was that piss water from the hospital. I said, send me up there to the store and get me a Monster. You know, I drank that Monster and my headache went away in like 5 minutes. As soon as I finished that coffee, it was gone. Okay, so I got a cigarette over here in the ashtray that then went out, and now there's another one. Guess I forgot to give a goat. So I think I'm going to put my little reindeer face on this one. In my mind, I wanted pink, plaid with a cute little reindeer, and I got some cute little charms. I'm going to clean that up. I got some cartoony charms as well as some blingy Christmas charms. Y'all, me and Black Friday broke me. It really did, but I mean, that's the best time, and I do it every year, to get everything you need for, get as much as possible for as cheap as possible. These little Beetle gel liners are the business. I like these. They're all right. I always say when I go on my TikToks, like, yes, I smoke cigarettes. I'm in my 40s. I'm a big girl. I know it ain't no good for me, so don't nobody jump in there and get on me about how bad it is. Like, that's the last demon I got to battle. I'm all right. But I know they keep talking about getting rid of menthol. I'm not going to be a happy camper. Dang it. I touched it, because that's what I smoke. Paige, on one of my videos, she was like, I seen them Mabbies sitting there. I was like, yeah, you know it. Well, oh, there it is. I lose things and it's sitting right in my face. I wish I could quit, but you know what? I was at, let's see, the top of May, into April last year. Not this past year, the year before. I would fluctuate between 195 and 198. I'm only 5 foot tall, y'all. I'm a little bitty bitch. And so there was nowhere for my weight to go but out. I got down. There's this little girl, Grow with Joe, on YouTube, and I got to working out with her 5 days a week. And I didn't change a lot of other stuff. I swear by these keto supplements that I get from Rite Aid. They're called Keto Slim, Keto Burn, something to that effect. And I tried the nicotine patches and the gum, and it didn't do jack sprat for me. It was the hand. But my friend, cinnamon sticks, because she would hold it, like a cigarette, and she would chew on it. Something in the cinnamon deters your craving for a cigarette. Excuse me, for a cigarette, and then she's got it in her fingers, so it took over the hand-to-mouth thingy too. Girl, I'd be feeling like I want to pick up the other stuff, the greenery, when I get stressed out. But I quit that too a long time ago. But when I get stressed, I sure think about it. And of course, my whole flipping family, they don't smoke in my house in front of me. They'll go sit in the car, or they'll go next door, or they'll go to my daughter's. And now it's legal in Ohio. And if we're all together at like Thanksgiving, they be trying to pass it to me, and I'm like, hello? Y'all ain't helping me none. And I'm like, I can't. I won't get a damn thing done if I smoke. I'm going to be stuck on the couch. I quit. I used to smoke every single day. Where's my black? And I quit in January of 2018. When I got off the Tramadol and Xanax and gabapentin and antidepressants and all that, which I realized after I've been off of it for a while, it made me feel worse, not better. I quit that too. But when I get stressed, I sure think about it, and I'd be a liar if I said I didn't. I think about it frequently. I got these too. Look at these. There's a whole bunch of them. They're different colors. They got different kind of silicone heads and different size dotting tools on the end. So cute. All right, I'm going to try to do a little reindeer. No, get off me, baby. I can't snuggle you right now. My dog is trying to get some loving. Let's see. Guess I should put her face down here so I got room for antlers, huh? Little fudge. But yeah, I was doing that Grow with Joe when I first started 5 days a week. I'm going to give her a rhinestone nose. A red rhinestone nose. I want her eyes to be the same size. And I'm down to 145. I fluctuate between 143 and 145. And I've kept it off for a whole year. And some change. It was a year in April, May. End of April, beginning of May. You know what? I'm going to have to do this with the big dotting tool, or this reindeer's eye is just going to get bigger and bigger. Let me find the big daddy. There she is. And I still take the keto slim. They're either keto slim or keto burn. Now quit hitting me. My dog's laying at my feet so she could be in front of the heat vent, and she keeps bumping into me. You take 2 of them when you eat. And I don't eat no different. I still make my cornbread and biscuits and greens and all that jazz. My favorite meal is sauerkraut and either hot dogs or kibasi, mashed potatoes, cornbread, and corn. And I still make that about every week and a half. Okay, me and my son love it. And I've got the weight off and kept it off. I lost, 55 pounds? 55, 60-ish? Somewhere in there. But my whole point of going there is if I quit smoking, yeah, it's all coming back. Thanks, PJ, honey. It will all come back. Yeah, I didn't have enough to go Christmas shopping for Black Friday. And my old man gets his Christmas bonus like second week of December. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stack up a couple hundred. You put in your couple hundred, because my daughter, I done gave her present. I got her a nice little polygel kit. And I didn't give it to her. I said, your mama can't hold water. I'm just going to go out and give it to you. Let me get these rhinestones out. Don't bump your head, Nyla. Stay down there, baby. Last night I pulled out the rhinestone drawer and she picked her head up and banged her nugget. Poor Dougie. So the little ones, the 16 and the 10-year-old, I've concentrated on the most. My 21-year-old, he just asked for cologne, and he got out of a relationship that was no good for him, and I tried to tell him the whole time he was with that chick. Like, they got together at 15. Her mother, her dad left. her mama let my buckethead son move in, and they didn't have the same morals and values. And I told him, I said, that's a catastrophe waiting to happen. I said, you guys were not raised, because ain't no way in the world you moving no little broad up in my house. I'm going to beat the tar off everybody, everything moving. It's going to be a problem. I said, ain't no way. So I told him, I said, now what happens? I said, for the sake of argument, say y'all have a little girl together. And when your daughter's 13, 14 years old, here they come, her and her mama, wanting you to move some little buckethead boy like you in with him. He's like, no, no, no. I said, well, why is it okay for mine if it ain't okay for yours? But 21, he got tired of taking care of the whole household like he was a grown man. It was so stressful for him, and it just broke my heart because he was so stressed out playing daddy and husband with her and her mother. Like he lived with them and took care of everything and didn't have nothing. Well, he got out of it, and let's see. Not sure about these antlers, y'all. And now he's doing good. So he just asked for cologne. I don't know what the world to get my 23-year-old. Not at all. No idea. I was going to try to get him. I get them all an axe set and a except for Dakota. He's a 23-year-old, and he has to use Dove, or his underarms will be a raging fire. And pajama pants. I get them all that every year, all the boys. So I'm like, I can't do it Black Friday this year, so we'll just wait and put our money together. So I have got to where I take, like I was saying earlier, I take a little card. Woo, 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 woo. And I save up on it. As I get the Young Nose mystery boxes every year. They never disappoint. They never disappoint me. And I have $5 here, $10 there, $7 here, whatever I got every week to put on there. And that's just for Mama. That's my Christmas. Because my family, like I said, they were gone when I barely was 18. And I always, provided Christmas for the family. And I never got much from, 17 on? So I get them for myself. Here comes the youngin'. Who is that? Who is that? There's somebody just come in my door. Who is in my house? Who is it?
Dad.
You buckethead, why ain't you answer me? Why's he got earbuds in or something?
Dad.
I'm on live. What's the matter? Well, guys, I'm going to cut this live short because I don't know what's going on. But that's the reindeer. I will post later on what I come up with. Sorry I didn't finish it, but something's wrong with him, and I need to go find out what it is. Thanks for coming, girls. Sorry I didn't get to finish it. Something's going on. Bye.